Week 9 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to add this week. The first guy, Malik Beasley of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Beasley, we've seen flashes from him throughout his career, where this guy could put the ball in the hoop here, and on the season, 11.4 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists a game, 2.8 threes a game, and only 36% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, he's bumped the numbers up, is Beasley. 14.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 3.5 threes, and 40% from the field. So right now, he's been getting more playing time, obviously, since D'Angelo Russell has missed the last few games here. December 6th versus Atlanta, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 threes, 50% from the field. December 8th versus Utah, 14 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 4 threes, 41% from the field. And December 10th versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 threes, and 40% from the field. So right now, Beasley, he's been added in 12% of fantasy leagues, but he's still out there in 62%. So if you need some three-point shooting, decent rebound and assist numbers, but a guy who will hurt your field goal, but if you need a couple categories, like I said, the scoring, the three-point shooting, rebounds, and assist, I think he's a decent pickup. He qualifies as point guard and shooting guard. And right now, he's available, like I mentioned, in 62% of fantasy leagues. The next guard I look to get this week is Dennis Smith Jr. of the Portland Trailblazers, a former lottery pick of the Dallas Mavericks many seasons ago. Dennis Smith, he's just been a bust wherever he's been. He went from Dallas to New York to Detroit, and now he's with the Trailblazers, possibly his last chance in the NBA. On the season, 6.1 points a game, 2.4 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.4 steals for Dennis Smith, and 42% from the field. We know he's not a great field goal percentage shooter, and we know he don't hit three-pointers, but ever since Lillard's been banged up in McCollum, he's come in and he's playing great basketball. He's been added in 30% of fantasy leagues over the last few weeks here, but still available in 63% of leagues. So the last few games here for Smith, December 4th, versus Boston, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, a 50% from the field. December 6th versus the Clippers, 13 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, a steal, a block, a 54% from the field. And December 8th at the Warriors, 12 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, and 55% from the field. So right now he's pretty efficient from the field here is Dennis Smith Jr. He's scoring the basketball, decent rebounding and assist numbers. And as long as Lillard and McCollum, one of them are banged up, he's going to be playing, in my opinion. Right now, he's playing big minutes the last 3 games, anywhere from 35 to 40 minutes a game. So right here, if you need a few categories, I don't think Dennis Smith is the worst addition in the world. Just keep in mind here, it's going to be a short-term type of thing for him on the waiver wire, and that's fine. But right now, I definitely would go out there and get him this week. The next guard's Garrison Matthews of the Houston Rockets. I mentioned Matthews as a pickup last week, and he's going out there and he's scoring the basketball. He's rebounding decent, and he's a good three-point shooter as well, obviously, as Matthews. On the season, 13.3 points a game, 2.9 rebounds, 3.1 threes a game, and 46% from the field. So right here, very efficient numbers here for Matthews. And right here, obviously, this Rocket team's rebuilding and playing a lot of younger guys to see what they have for the future, even though I know it's only 25, 30 games into it this year. The last few games for Matthews, December 8th versus the Nets, 19 points, 2 boards, 3 steals, a block, 3 threes, 38% from the field. December 10th versus the Bucks, 23 points, 4 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 6 threes, 53% from the field. And December 11th at Memphis, 12 points, 1 board, 2 assists, a block, 2 threes, and 30% from the field. So right here, Garrison Matthews still available right now in 53%, but this might be the final week here to get him on your roster before he's pretty much owned in 60, 70% of fantasy leagues. He's going to help you in scoring. He's going to help you with the 3-ball. Like I mentioned, the rebounding's been decent, and he's even getting some steals as well. So right here, he's going to continue to play for this Rocket team. No doubt about it. And right now, I definitely will go out there and get Matthews. The next guard I look to get this week's Cody Martin of the Charlotte Hornets. So right here, Cody Martin this season, he's been pretty solid this year. And this might be his breakout year as well here for Cody Martin. On the season for Martin, 9 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.4 steals a game, 1.1 threes, and a nice 49% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, His numbers have almost doubled: 16 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.8 steals, 2 threes a game, and 54% from the field. So since he's come back, is Martin, from a little bit of an injury, he's really got things going. December 5th at the Hawks, 19 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 54% from the field. December 6th versus Philly, 14 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 threes, 46% from the field. December 8th versus Philly, 12 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 threes, 62% from the field. And December 10th versus the Kings, 19 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, a 3, and 58% from the field. So right now, he's giving fantasy owners 4 or 5 categories easily: good scoring, good rebounding, good assist numbers, stealing the basketball as well, including adding the 3 blocks as well in that December 10th game, and a good field goal percentage. So right now, he's playing major minutes, 35, 40 minutes a game for this Hornet team. And if you need a decent amount of categories and a good role player on the end of your team, Cody Martin's definitely a good add this week, in my opinion. And the 5th and final guard I looked at this week's Gary Harris of the Orlando Magic. So Gary Harris, he hasn't been fantasy relevant for the last few seasons. A lot of injuries. Then he got traded to Orlando, and right now on the season with the Magic, 8.2 points a game, 2.3 boards, 1.6 assists, 1 3 a game, and 43% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for Harris, 14.2 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2.2 threes a game, and 55% from the field. So his playing time's really bumped up over the last 2 weeks of the season here, is Harris, from that 30 to 35 minute range. In the last few games for him, December 6th at Golden State, 17 points, 3 boards, an assist, a steal, 3 threes, 60% from the field. December 8th at Sacramento, 16 points, 3 boards, an assist, 2 threes, 58% from the field. And December 11th, a huge game at the Clippers, 14 points, 4 boards, an assist, 2 threes, but he shot a whopping 71% from the field. So right here, he's available widely in 83% of fantasy leagues. You need some scoring, he'll do that. You need efficient field goal percentages, you'll need it, and a decent rebounder as well. The only thing with Harris, I definitely could see him being traded in the next month or two before the NBA trade deadline to a contender, because obviously this Magic team, a lot of young players and rebuilding right now, but Harris getting that value up, he's contributing for fantasy owners, and he could help your team, so I definitely would give him an add. So that's a few guards I would add here for Week 9 of the fantasy basketball season.